Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Storm Collectibles Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers Ultra. I'm gonna say that name different every time until somebody tells me the right way to say it. No, I know what the right way is, it's just a joke at this point. Anyway, this is the first time we're getting a more traditional looking RYU from Storm Collectibles. Many people are very excited. Many people are still waiting, and I am, well, I'm not excited because we already basically know what the figure is, but I am looking forward to this, but I am looking forward to what they do in the future, because this figure does still have a few issues. We're going to talk about it, but it's mostly the same as the original Evil RYU or Dark RYU release, so we're going to go ahead and talk about it, but not too much. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alrighty, this guy stands just over 18 centimeters, which makes him pretty close to about 7 inches, right around there, give or take, depending on how you have his head leaning or whatever, but you have an idea. And just to give you another idea, here he is up against a Marvel Legends Gambit, definitely not in scale, even a little bit, and a DC SH Batman. And people have been asking me why I keep using these two figures to compare. One, why not? I just grab different things from time to time and use those for my comparison figures for a while, and then I swap them out. And two, I like that Batman figure. And three, I'm going to be selling that Gambit head, and I'm subliminally telling you people that you want that Gambit head. So when it's time for the sale, I can make some money. Anyway, these guys are definitely not in the 1/12 scale. They started off being kind of close, not anymore. They are full-fledged 7-inch figures. What is that, like 1/10 scale? No, that's bigger, isn't it? Whatever, they're bigger. Anyway, I don't collect that size other than these figures, apparently. Not really, anyway. Okay, so differences between the original release and this one. Well, first of all, the color scheme is a little bit different, as you can tell. Evil RYU, or Dark RYU, or Satsui no Hado RYU. I need more sleep. Different color scheme. Dark skin, dark gi, glowy eyes, and that's about it. The gloves are the same pretty much. Hair's close. The first one, this one has some shading in the hair. This one, the new one, doesn't. But that's about it. I mean, they're just color scheme differences. Otherwise, the figures are basically the same. The fireball on the new one is blue. I believe the other one was purple. Otherwise, the accessories are the same. And then there is the issue of the legs popping the torso off. On the original two, RYU and Ken, the Dark and Violent 2, the legs would pop the figure in half. If you spread them out, they just pried the torso right off the body. So off the rest of the body. So we're going to try it. Ken worked out. He didn't seem to have an issue. But we're going to find out if this guy does. Also want to point out his lower legs, unlike Ken's, do rotate. So I'm guessing Ken was just stuck and I'll probably have to fix it. Let's see. Here we go. Moment of truth. Also, as I'm doing this, you can see how oversized the gi is and makes these figures look chonky as heck. These guys are heckin' chonky. Alright, so I did get the legs as high as I could get them without really going crazy, and so far, other than the gi just trying to get away completely, he's not separated. Everything is still connected. We'll do the same thing we did with Ken. We'll pop the torso, or pop the gi off, and take a look, and see what we have going on. Oh, that's interesting. His doesn't have two holes. Oh, it's just in here. That's right. Never mind. So you do get these two holes, which is interesting. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose. I mean, I'm guessing they did, but you have the extra holes there. So if you wanted to, you can move this peg over one, like that, and then peg it over one over here, and that will cinch it in at the waist a little bit, but it's still just so oversized and so thick that it makes the figures look even bigger than they already are. So that'll help a little bit, but not that much. But look how nicely shaped that torso is. Like, they did such a good job, but then they made the legs so bulky and the hips so wide and the gi so huge that it just destroys the look of these guys. And it's kind of a bummer. But it is a good thing too, because they definitely have a good sculpt underneath, so we could still see some really nice RYU and Ken figures. I'd still like to see some better looking heads, and then I think we're off to the races. Bring in the thighs a little bit, the thighs and the hips a little bit, redo the head, or at least the face, and then shrink the gi down some. And I think we have some really all-star figures on our hands in the future. At this point, they're still just so-so. I mean, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Oh, wait, we didn't look at the legs. There's nothing wrong with them as they are. They just could be a lot better. Yeah, they definitely adjusted something so that the torso isn't being bumped. Yeah, there's plenty of room there now. Nothing's popping off. That's good. That's very good. Having figures that explode like crash test dummies, not necessarily an ideal situation. So let's go ahead and get this guy redressed. And I think I'll go ahead and just wrap up while I'm doing it. So would I get these two new figures, the new Ryu and the new Ken? I think I would. I recommended the other two with severe caution of the issue that they had, but they're still... So here's the thing. These are kind of unique in that they're Street Fighter figures, and we don't often get quality Street Fighter figures. So if these were bad, I wouldn't be telling you to get them anyway, because that's counterproductive for what I do here. But they're not bad. They just have some problems. So I'm going to stick with what I said originally, is that be aware of the issues that they have. Though the new ones have significantly fewer issues, they are mostly just a matter of styling, I suppose. So be aware of what issues there may be, but go ahead and get them. I think you're going to enjoy them more than not having them. And they're not like problematic. They're not garbage like the old Jazzware Street Fighter figures were. Those were garbage, not worth buying. These are definitely worth buying, I think, personally. Objectively, I think so too, just with a lot of caution. And I want to be very clear, I'm not in any way sponsored or endorsed by Storm. They don't even send me review samples anymore. Not that that would make a difference. I've been completely upfront with you guys about everything, even with review samples in the past, but they don't do that either. So everything I'm saying is 100% reliable, not tainted, but it never was. So either way, you guys should know. Still quality figures, but definitely some room for improvement, and I think that's a good thing in some ways, because that means we still have something to look forward to. And they are definitely taking steps to fix their issues. So I'll stop rambling. I think I'm okay. I'm okay with these. I'm very glad that they fixed the hips, and I guess that's making me a little happy. But if they hadn't, then it would be a total don't buy it, screw them type of situation. So there you have it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. But you probably should subscribe, because I do have new videos out just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime,